What's up, everybody? We are here on location, and today I'm going to talk to you about what to do and how to get your shots when everything has gone wrong. But let's start with what has gone right on the shoot so far, and that is Chloe. Chloe is here. She's ready to shoot. She is our model, and also the weather is fantastic. But now let's get into what has gone wrong.
Before I get into that, I want to give you a little context. We had this amazing location, and the idea was to head up for the day and shoot all day long with the Lumix S5 2X with the goal of getting at least one portfolio-worthy shot. And now I will tell you what went wrong. And to sum it up, almost everything. And I have never had a shoot like this. You know, during a shoot, I normally expect one or two things to go wrong. It's just sort of the nature of filmmaking. You can't always perfect it all, and you sort of have to operate on the fly, even from a small production to some of the biggest productions. You're always sort of problem solve. But for this shoot, almost every part of it had to be changed due to unforeseen variables. Let me list a few of the major curveballs we were hit with that I did not get a chance to film. My BTS filmmaker got food poisoning. I rented an entire lighting setup. It was never delivered. We planned for a crane shot, but for the location, it would have cost $10K, so that was tossed. And finally, day of, there was interference with the BTS mics, so we lost all of our audio. And now, let's get back to shooting, starting with the first stop in our trip.
Hey, Chloe, why are we at Goodwill?
So I got robbed recently, so we gotta get a new closet for this shoot.
While Chloe was trying new clothes on, I wandered about the store looking for any interesting props that one might find in a thrift store, and I stumbled upon this, and for $8, I tossed it in the cart.
Okay, so our first shot is a car shot. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount to this hood, and we're going to point into the windshield and get a video of Chloe driving us. We've got pretty bright light, so we're doing this shot first because the trees, there's like a tree tunnel that I want to go, so it actually loses a lot of light. All right, now it's really not going anywhere. So all we gotta do now is balance the S5 2X. We are rocking a 28-105 Sigma lens. This one just came out this week. Pretty sharp. It's a little heavy, so balancing must be accurate. Quick pro tip while you're balancing, always just have one axis locked off. So right now we're just doing the tilt, then we're gonna hit pan, and roll is fine. Another thing that has just gone wrong, so we don't have the proper controller, as this does not fit the adapter. So we are going to go with the backup plan, which I brought just in case. I have the Raven Eye system, so we're going to throw that on there. It's not my favorite. I thought this would be a much easier solve. It was not. I just picked up one of these. So in theory, this circular polarizer will cut down on any glare that we get off the windshield, and we'll do some shots with it, without it. You guys can sort of see how it works. And in theory, this will stack on top of this ND filter. It does. Just positive mindset, right? I think the ND filter is going to stack on top of the circular filter. In theory. Oh, we're golden. Look at this. Look at this crazy stack. Let's see if that's in focus. Look at that.
I can't see if it is.
That's okay. That's nuts.
There were a few adjustments here and there, but we got some good shots, so I was optimistic that our problems were behind us. Oh, and in case you were curious as to how I was controlling this whole system, I was stuffed in the back seat behind Chloe, so I wasn't in the shot, as you can see here.
We're gonna give this a try. The light's really good inside, so I might just pivot this whole idea. This is the vision that I had with Chloe in this window here, and I've got the ND, I've got the circular polarizer, so I think we're gonna be able to see her, but we're about to find out. The shot is not working. We're losing our light, and there's really nice light, so although I had a very specific vision for that window, we're not going to be able to do it. So we're just going to pivot, we're not going to try to force it, we're just going to go where the light is nice right now, which is inside and outside. Just not, light is not where it was supposed to be. which is weird because I scouted this location and it looked totally fine in the scouting images at this exact time. So, not sure what to make of that because that was 2 weeks ago.
So while my original vision was a bust, the light inside the house was just incredible, and we were able to get these cool shots. The next scene was in the pool, so I started to get the camera prepped. A few moments of struggling later, and the camera was finally waterproofed.
If I was gonna bet which shot I'm gonna like out of all the shots that we do tonight, I have a feeling it's gonna be this shot.
Yeah, so that was wrong. There were absolutely 0 usable shots underwater, which is funny now, not so much in the moment, but essentially what happened was we lost the light. You can see in this time lapse here, the shadows just rolling in. And once we lost the light, everything underwater just became muddied and there was no definition to it, and just didn't work. So moving on.
All right, the pool shoot was a wash. We were freezing. Nothing worked out well. But now the light is very nice. We've got a very cool sort of golden light. We're gonna lean into that.
With the last few moments of light in the day, we decided to just get some simple golden hour shots, both in the yard and down the street. And while I'm always blown away by the colors that I can pull out of the S5 IIX, the rest of the shots, they were great, but they didn't feel like a portfolio-worthy shot for me. Now, a quick sidebar, just side note. Animals love Chloe. They were coming out of the woodwork. There was goats, bunnies, dogs, and she loved them all.
If I have one last Hail Mary, this is back to when we were in the Goodwill. I think this can save the shoot. Here we go, the moment of truth. Will this, oh, this is awesome. It kind of works. What's the darkest part of this house? Basement.
The basement.
The basement.
The basement.
We are in probably one of the creepiest basements I've ever been. And let me show it to you sort of MTV Crib style. So we've got a target thing there. We've got whatever the heck this is. Nothing says totally normal like a really creepy industrial sink, right? Sick. Check out that cool chair.
Very nice.
Very nice chair. And then finally, the final spot. We're in here because it's the darkest spot. It's still a little too light. We don't want to wait for it to be dark. We just need something really dark because that lamp is not super powerful. And we have the Lumix 24mm on this. It stops down to 1.8. And the final trick up my sleeve in my cargo pocket is a can of haze. And I have a feeling this is what's gonna get us the cool shot. So we're gonna turn off the lights. It's gonna get dark, and it might get cool. Right away, I had a good feeling about this shot. The colors were there, the depth was there. It was all starting to feel pretty cinematic, and sort of the cherry on top was I popped my iPhone flashlight, propped it up behind Chloe to sort of add like a rim light, which really added definition and depth to this shot. And obviously we're shooting in almost like pitch dark. The little globe can barely glow, and this is where the Lumix S5 IIX really shines with that dual native ISO. I was rocking 4000 ISO, the image was very clean, and pairing that with the Lumix S5 IIX primes, I had no problem. After every shoot, I sort of try to reflect on what went right, what went wrong, and what I want to bring into my next shoot. And obviously in this case, a lot went wrong. Oftentimes as filmmakers, we hope that the location or perfect lighting will carry our shot, but I learned that in this case, it's not always true. And this wasn't some shoot that was cobbled together last minute and I was like, let's send it and take some videos. No, I had prepared, I had a shot list, I had things booked and ready, and I just encountered a weird string of bad luck. But like I said before, filmmaking can be unpredictable. It's why I love it, it's why I do it. One of the most important things that you can do as a filmmaker is to be ready to roll with the punches and problem solve. If you can keep a positive attitude and surround yourself with people that have the same attitude, you can really take whatever bad luck the universe decides to throw at you.